welcome to news updates on Today Ghana News TV. We are live on the satellite via Twitch for our viewers in Eastern European countries and also on Facebook, YouTube, and Instagram at Today Ghana News TV. We are also on anchor.fm/podcast at Today Ghana News TV. Now the headlines. Honorable Senator called on the NDC executives to accept her mother, Nana Kunedu Agyemang-Rawlings, back into the party. Former President John Dramani Mahama has visited victims of the tidal waves disaster in Keta in the Volta region. We have these and other stories coming your way. My name is Edna Sabonya, and the news is sponsored by Agbozu Herbal Clinic and the Links Cosmetology Training Institute. Moving on to our first story. Daughter of the late former President Jerry John Rawlings, Dr. Zenato Rawlings has made a passionate appeal to the national executives of the National Democratic Congress, NDC, to bring back the wife of the late former president, Nana Kunedu Agyemang-Rawlings, to the party. Dr. Zenato Rawlings made the appeal at the commemoration of the 1-year anniversary of the late former president at the party's headquarters in Accra on Friday, November 12. According to Dr. Zenato, for the NDC to win the 2024 elections, her mother must rejoin the party.
We have wronged, and on this particular occasion, I will say the thing that nobody wants to say. Nana Kunedu Agyemang-Rawlings was an integral part of this party. Let us do what we have to do to bring her back. In every family, there is conflict. But in every family, there are elders who will be part of the mediation of the conflict. We're calling on our elders. We don't know what tomorrow holds. But if we want true victory, a convincing win, so that we can rescue the people of Ghana from where we are today, let us do what we have to do.
Joining us online to speak to us today is Dr. Joseph Mabua-Worksen, a senior lecturer at the Department of History and Political Science, SD Dompo, University of Business and Integrated Development Studies, WA, in the Upper West region. He was also the former Chief Executive Officer of Ghana Supply Commission. Hello, Doctor.
Yes, hello. How are you?
I'm doing well. Thank
Good.
you for honoring our invitation to join us on News Updates on Today Ghana News TV.
You're welcome.
Okay. Can you kindly tell us what you think about the call made by Honorable Dr. Rawlings for the NDC to accept Mrs. Rawlings back to the party?
Well, to me, I think it's a very good call. A call at the right time. Because a call at the first anniversary of the death of His Excellency Rawlings is the right time, and will, if accepted, I believe strongly, if accepted, will bring a lot of tears if we believe that people who die really look over those of us who are living, to bring tears in the eyes of the founder, our father, Jerry John Rawlings.
Okay, so do you think that it will be difficult to negotiate her comeback to the party?
No, I don't think it will be difficult. The problem is we live in a democratic dispensation. There are quarrels everywhere. What she left on her own accord, but then she could write an application and come back, and we'll take her back. I believe that the flag bearer, or the yet to become flag bearer, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, will be very glad to welcome her. And I think everybody will be glad to welcome her, except a few who may think that she's coming back for some obvious reasons. But I think it's the right time for us to use that occasion, last Friday's occasion, to give respect to our former founder of the party, the great NDC, so that we will all be happy and go forward into the 2024 elections as a body who are determined to do whatever it takes at the polling station for this time to win over 60% of Ghanaians calling us to come back and rescue the country.
Okay, but is her comeback going to give NDC the win for the?
Not necessarily. Not necessarily. We've won without her. We've lost without her. Mm-hmm. You get me? But her coming back will bring memories, will revive the enthusiasm within the party, will strengthen the women's wing of the great NDC for us to bring in women who have witnessed in the past her work, her handwork, so that we can move this country forward. This country has been destroyed over the last few years, and I think we need to rebuild it. And so her coming back is not necessarily to play magic, because we've done it without her and we can do it without her. But the fact is, for the sake of the founder of the party, if he were alive, I'm sure he'll be very happy. Because I remember the day that I was sitting in the room, and if Madam Rawlings will recall, I was in the room with Madam Rawlings, Father Rawlings, and myself, and we were going through trying to tell her to stay within and allow the NDC, the NDP to support NDC in that particular election, because NDP was not formed to compete with NDC. We didn't intend to do so. And that was why I was the interim general secretary. But when that particular idea of competing with NDC arose, I decided to leave, because that was not the call I got from my daddy, the late Jerry John Rawlings, to lead the NDP. I was leading NDP to keep it as a reservoir for those who were disgruntled from the NDC and who were willing to join us, so that in an election we'll compete side by side and help each other, so that we maintain victory in elections. But she, for some other reasons, decided to say no. She wanted to stay and she wanted to be the flag bearer. Hence, I left.
Oh, okay. So, as the first general secretary of the NDP party, which belongs
the first interim general secretary.
Yes.
The interim general secretary.
Yes. So, do you think she's still relevant in the political space?
I think if you have sweated, if you have worked hard to bring about something, and because of a disagreement, you are able to walk away, I think, and you decide that you want to come back, I think people must look at your past conduct and bring you back. They must look at what you've done for the party in the past, of which was very relevant and still remains relevant today, so that we can move forward together. A party does not sack people, a party does not throw people away. A party is a group of people, in fact, a bunch of people, millions, as in numbers, who come together to wrestle power and to rule the country. And so if she's coming, she's bringing along a lot of people who still admire her, who still believe that she was one time a very good mother of Ghana. And she did her job as the first lady. And also, she nurtured women in terms of the women's wing of the party, and has the experience to continue to do so. I'm not saying that the women organizers who are currently in NDC are not doing well. They're doing excellent. That is why we inverted commas, won the 2020 elections. But we did very well. And so she's coming to add, to be a plus to what we are going to do in 2024.
Okay. Is there any procedures to enable her to rejoin the party again?
It is very easy for her to make an application, which will go through the neck of the party, and go to the party elders. And the reason why she has to make an application is because her exit was sort of like overblown. She left the party with anger, and there was a conflict, sort of a conflict between her and the NDC. And the NDC handled it very well. Had it been another party, I think we would have ended up in court talking about the closeness of the acronyms. But for the sake of the future, NDC was very patient. They handled the issue excellently, and we are trying, as the daughter has just said, trying to bring her back into the party. And I'm also I'm adding my plea to Dr. Zenata that the NDC should bring her back to our fold so that we'll be stronger as a unit and be able to do things. She's more experienced. She has the capacity to do whatever we need her to do. And so I'm pleading to the party hierarchy, NEC. I'm on my knees, and also pleading to the elders of the NDC to accept her back into NDC so that we can move along happily. This will make our father Rawlings very happy. She'll be looking down. He'll be looking down, cheering and clapping for NDC and for the wisdom in the NEC and the Council of Elders to accept her back and make her part of the great NDC.
Okay. Mrs. Rawlings was at the NDC headquarters when Honorable Zenato Rawlings made the appeal. Do you think there have been talks at the ground already?
Yes, I think she's the senior daughter. A senior daughter of a family is so important. And I think that before even she made that call, she would have done some homework. And I think that homework is why she was bold enough to come up to say that, look, my mother is here. I will speak for my mother. I would like my mother to come back into the NDC. And she boldly did it. And you see there was a reaction when she said it. And I believe that putting, looking at the moves or looking at the mood within and what was happening, a lot of people were happy. I mean, we're very happy that she made that call. And I believe that even looking at her, how she has struggled with her constituency, winning each time, I believe she has paid her dues to the party and deserved to make such a comment and such a plea to the NEC and the elders of the party for her mother to be accepted into the party.
Okay. So before you go, what advice will you give to the national executive of the NDC on how to...
They are very great people. The executives, they are all, I'm very free with them. The chairman, in his wisdom, will accept it. And I know General Mosquito will also accept it. And as soon as these two, and including the Deputy General Secretary, what is his name, he will accept it too. And as soon as these three are able to accept it, they will be able to push that idea forward to the Council of Elders. And I know my father, the chairman, Alaji Muhammad Drusu, if he's hearing me and he's seeing me, my mom, Betty Mold, I think with her council, I think they will accept her back into the party, and we'll all put our hands on our shoulder. We'll stretch our hands onto our shoulders and march to victory in 2024. I believe they will do that.
Okay. Thank you once again for joining us, and we appreciate your time, Doctor.
Thank you very much too. Thank you.
Moving forward, former President John Dramani Mahama has visited victims of the tidal waves disaster in Keta in the Volta region. During the visit, Mr. Mahama asked the National Disaster Management Organization, NADMO, and other state agencies to increase commitments towards relief provision for victims of the disaster. Mr. Mahama was accompanied by some members of parliament in the region, and he donated several items to the victims.
These are some of the things that Mahama brought to Keta today. As you can see, it's a lot. It's a lot. He brought about 3,000 mattresses, understand about 2,000 bags of rice, 2,000 bags of cartons of tin tomatoes, and 2,000 packs of sardine and other things. I'll try to get you the details in the comment section or in the post description. So sadly, this is not me doing politics, but then this is about me talking about the fact that the NDC isn't the political party in power. It is the MPP that is in power, right? But NADMO fault the people of Anglo and Ketu South. NADMO couldn't bring anything. But then a political party that the people are not paying tax to was able to bring all these items. Almost 4,000 people were affected. Initially, the number was 3,000. It means every single person is going to, at least one person in a household is going to get a mattress to sleep on and food to eat. So you can just imagine. This is how much the NDC brought to Keta, Mahama to be specific. So the ruling government should actually be ashamed, because if a political party can do this, how come the government that we are paying tax to cannot do the same for us? It is really sad. We need to be thinking about some of these things. Seriously.
Honorable Jifa Ablagomashi has criticized the government for doing, in her view, little to assist the people. In calling for a state of emergency to be declared in the area, she said the president must at all costs fix the perennial problem. The state of emergency should have been declared yesterday, Sunday. She told journalists on Monday, November 8th, on the heels of the tidal waves that affected Keta and its environs on Saturday, November 6th, that has destroyed properties and rendered about 700 people homeless in the area.
This is where I brought him.
You brought him?
This is it. This is where I brought him. This is the house. This is what is left of where I brought Honorable Asenso. I brought him here myself. This is it. This is the house. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. It's gone. A whole family. Look at the slates. That covered the house. This is it. Behind you. This is it. Their windows. This is their windows. This is it. 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 You can't ignore us. For how long? You cannot ignore us. For how long? For how long can you ignore us? For how long? They can't go fishing. They can't go to the border. We are hemmed in. We are in prison. We are in prison. We are in prison, and nobody is saying anything to comfort us, to encourage us. You fed Accra and Kumasi. during the lockdown. No hot meal for these people. No hot meal for these people. And still we pay our taxes. Every month, something gets out of my money, my salary, and goes to the state. But this is it. 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 This is it.
You are living in a state of despair.
I'm traumatized. Memories of the people I came to speak with. I came and campaigned here. People here voted for me and President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. Even if it was 2 votes he got from Kurtis South, it added to the total figure he claims is his. And today, where are they? Where are they? I can't even find them to commiserate with them. I can't even find them. I brought them food in March, I brought them food in May. Where are they now? I don't know where they are. I don't know where they are. This is depressing. This is unacceptable. And I did say that once it took those houses in May, the next thing was it was going to take the road. This is where we are.
Should you're sharing tears? I can see that how devastated you are with this. Should government, for that matter the state, so to speak, declare a state of emergency in this area?
Why wasn't it done yesterday? The state of emergency should have been done yesterday. When we saw people's corn dough and corn powder in the seawater on the streets, that's when you should have declared the state of emergency. That's when you get in your vehicles and you come here and you commiserate to the people and you give them hope. That's what you do. That's what you do. You don't ignore them. How many times haven't you heard me speaking about the closure of the border and its effect on the people? How many times haven't I spoken about what the sea is doing? Force majeure versus taking a decision to punish people.
Former President John Mahama has eulogized the National Chief Imam, Sheikh Nuhu Sharabu, by saying his humility and humbleness is the exact example of Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon his name. Speaking at the anniversary celebration of the Chief Imam, former President Mahama called on Muslims to emulate the life of the Chief Imam and follow the principles and writings in the Quran. He spoke both in English and Hausa.
And if you look at the lives of the Holy Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and you look at the life of His Eminence, the National Chief Imam, you find that they live these 2 words, patience and tolerance. And there are a few examples that I can give. One is from the Hadith, which is the life of the Prophet. And probably I should say it in Hausa so that more people understand. Akwai wani lokacin da Annabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam yana tare da wurinsu a cikin masallaci. She wani samari ya shigo ya yi fushari a cikin masallacin. Aka tashi ana so a bugan shi. She Annabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam ya ce babu, a bari yaron, a bari samarin. Aje a kawo ruwa a zo a wance. She aka yi. Daga baya, samarin ya yi tuba, ya komo masallaci ya zo ya gaida Annabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Shi ke gwada kaman idan mun duba rayuwan Annabi Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, shi dai hankuri ya zama abinda mu ma mu yi hankuri da juna. Idan ka duba babanmu Eminence Sheikh Shaributu na tuna kaman shekara biyu ke ga wani osofo ya tashi ya ce ya yi mafaranci ya gani babanmu ya rasu. Sai samarunanmu warinsu sun je cecin shi za su bata church a buga shi. Aka zo aka tambaye His Eminence Chief Imam, wai ya ka duba mutum maganan da mutum ga yayi? Wai babu, wai ba komi. Wai shi ran shi na hannun Allah ne. Wai shi ran shi na hannun Allah ne. Wannan na nuna kaman hankuri ya zama abinda ya kama da mu duka mu rika. In akwai hankuri akwai zaman lafiya. In akwai hankuri ba tashin hankali.
I will be picking some of the WhatsApp. I'll be picking some of the Facebook messages. Okay. If there's no messages, then that is it for, okay. From Patience Darko. Good evening, Edna. I am watching you live from Hamburg, Germany. I love your hair. I love your hair. Where can I get some? Thank you. I think I bought it from. No, I'll check and let you know. From Wafasami, watching live from Makasim, and I'm enjoying the news as well. Thank you, Wafasami. From VIS Ghana, greetings, Edna, your team. Greetings, Edna and your team. I'm watching you live from Eduku. Thank you. From Eunice, very pathetic. Okay, so that is it. And thanks for watching news updates live on Today Ghana News TV. Okay, you can send in your comments through our social media handles, and you can also call us for your story.
I shall prosper. The wicked and his work shall go down in disaster. Death before dishonor, no weapon formed against I shall prosper. I'm anointed and appointed to walk as a winner. This is your Sir King Malakia from out of Jamaica, representing for TodayGhanaNews TV, the web TV for the best programs. We broadcast via satellite and also on all social media platforms. We do developmental news, social program, employment, entertainment, and educative politics. So death before dishonor, no weapon formed against I shall prosper. We are anointed and appointed to walk as a winner. Whoa.